Thank you. All right, y'all can tell we have sound again. We don't know why. We don't know if or when it will stay with us, but we're gonna, as long as we have it, move forward. Go ahead, Mr. Stewart.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Copeland, we are going to go back to when the audio seems to have gone out. I'm going to play again the JW 240C as in Colette, State's Exhibit number 378YE. That's the June 10th, 2015 interrogation or meeting at 10:36:47 a.m. to 10:36:51. And this is where you are explaining, I believe, and you tell us, that they, meaning Jeffrey and Mr. Donovan Thomas, fell out. They fell out before me and Kel got into it. That's the part. If you could listen again, maybe that was when you said you couldn't hear, maybe there was an audio problem. Your Honor, can we play that through Mr. Copeland?
Yes.
They fell out before me and Kid got to it.
Was that better? Did you hear that?
It was the same.
Okay. All right. We're going to go on then to the next one, which is, again, the audio was out. So if some people heard it, they're going to rehear it. It's JW 241A as in Elisa, State's Exhibit number 378YA. This is January 11th, 2015 with Detective Thorpe. And this is from 3:01:37 a.m. to 3:02:52 a.m. Your Honor, if we may play that.
You may.
Tell me exactly what you know dealing with this situation. Like now, no, everything. Tell me everything. What made you want to pull you into this situation? Okay. Me and Kel. You know what I'm saying? Man, we had a problem in the club. Is that help? No, this nothing. Okay. All right. Kel, they say this the little brother, but I thought they just saying that, but they say they real brothers. K-E-L, K-E-L, Kel. Okay. Okay, go ahead, little brother of that. Yes. Who you identified from the picture, which is Donovan Thomas. Yes, sir. Okay, go ahead. Me and him got into the club push. What day was that? It's just like every like a lot. Okay. So, but 2 months, 3 months, a year, how long? Yeah, about I'm saying no longer than 4 months. 4 months.
So, Mr. Copeland, there, are you explaining to Detective Thorpe that you and Mr. Kel, you know his given name is, you know the name Kelvin Watts? Do you know that name? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Kel, there you're explaining that you and Kel have been arguing, whatever word you want to use, for approximately 4 months before January 11, 2015. Does that sound like what you said? on the recording?
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
What you mean?
9, 10 years ago, going back, were you not getting along with Shelkel for approximately 4 months? So since maybe we'll say September 2014, does that sound right, what you told Detective Thorpe?
I don't know what I don't understand.
Okay. Let's just do it this way. You told Detective Thorpe on January 11, 2015, that you and Shelkel have been arguing since approximately September 2014. The way I got that is 4 months before January 2015.
So you saying when me and him got into it?
Yeah, approximately. That's what you told Detective Thorpe, and I'm asking you, is that true?
Yes, me is what true?
Maybe in September 2014, October 2014, November 2014, December 2014, beginning of January 2014. By that time, by January 11, 2015, you and Shell were arguing. That sound about right?
I don't get what you're asking.
Okay, it's me. It's my fault. Do you remember going into the police department, meeting with Detective Thorpe on January 11, 2015?
No, what I'm saying is I don't know what you're asking me. Are you asking me when me and him got into it?
Yeah, you and Shell got into it approximately, if you could tell the jury.
Like 2014.
Okay. Now, on June 10th,
me and him was into it for a minute.
okay. Does about 4 months before Mr. Donovan Thomas was, God forbid, killed sound right? And if it doesn't, or you don't remember,
I don't know.
that's fine. That's fine. And I thank you. I'm going back to the June 10th, 2015 meeting or interrogation with Detective Gaither, Detective Dennis. You know which one I'm talking about? Detective Thorpe at time, ATF agent Cunningham at times. I'm on June 10th, 2015. When you told law enforcement, or do you remember telling law enforcement that Jeffrey and Donovan Thomas were arguing or had a falling out before you and Shell had a falling out? Do you remember saying that?
I don't remember what I told no investigators.
Okay. Did you hear that on the recording we just listened to? Did you hear you say that?
What I just say?
On the recording that Jeffrey and Donovan Thomas fell out or were arguing.
I would told the investigators anything.
Okay. The truth is that, to your knowledge, your observation, so you saw with your eyes and you were present with your ears, Jeffrey and Donovan Thomas were, your words was big homie. Is that true? They were friends.
Can you say that again?
Yeah. From your observation, by January 2015, you knew that Jeffrey and Donovan Thomas were friends. Is that true?
Right.
Okay. And what you said to the police was what you've been explaining. You would do anything to get the police to stop looking at you. That's all you were trying to do, to go home.
Right.
Okay. Now, were you present on December 4, 2014 at 250 Auburn Avenue in Atlanta? Do you know where that is?
I don't remember nothing way back then. I don't know.
That's fine. I'm going to show you, with the court's permission, I'm going to show you a photograph of the building, 240 Auburn Avenue. Your Honor, I'll mark this if that's okay with the court. Can I have 1 second, Your Honor?
Sure.
I'm just looking for a number. Your Honor, we're going to mark it with the court's permission. It's Jeffrey Williams 251.
All right.
And we will put it on the thumb drive again.
Okay.
If you can, sure. It's about to come up.
Before it gets published.
A building?
So do you
I'm
not
just-
have hard copies of these things?
I don't have a copy of that one.
Okay, well, show it to the witness before we
Okay.
publish it for everybody.
Mr. Kokomo, can he approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. You can show it to the building. Just show it to the statement. Did you show him the whole building?
Yeah, this is.
It goes all the way up. It's the next one. That's what, show it to the state though, because I don't think you show it. Yes, you are correct. May Mr. Kokomo approach Mr. Copeland again, Your Honor?
He may, once he's got whatever this is screenshot.
Mr. Copeland, if you just look at this picture, again, it's a more full view of that building that I'm referring to.
Which building?
This is the building.
What about it?
I'm going to ask you some questions. Thank you, sir. Do you remember, and the date doesn't matter that much, but do you remember being present, or were you present, for the shooting of a music video on December 4th of 2014 at that location you were just shown by Mr. Kokomo?
I ain't never seen that building,
Okay,
even today.
okay, that's fine. Do you personally know whether Mr. Thomas and Jeffrey Williams were doing a music video on December 4th, 2014 in Atlanta at 250 Auburn Avenue?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Have you seen the music video, or do you know of the song In My Blood by Jeffrey Williams, Bloody J?
Yeah,
All right. Do you have any knowledge of where that was videoed, meaning the music video? And if you don't, that's fine.
I don't.
All right. You weren't present for that.
No, I wasn't.
All right. Were you present in Miami, Florida over the New Year celebration going from December 30th, December 31, 2014, striking into January 1, 2015? So it's going to be about 10 days before Mr. Thomas is God forbid killed. Do you remember being in Miami, Florida?
Was I there?
Yes. If you remember.
No, I don't remember being there.
Okay. Do you remember seeing in January of 2015, after Donovan Thomas was God forbid killed, do you remember being present at shows with Jeffrey Williams and you know who Rich Homie Quan is?
Yeah,
The performer? You know,
yeah.
do you know him as Mr. Lamar too, or do you know the name Mr. Lamar?
I just only know Rich Homie.
Okay. Do you remember seeing after the killing of Donovan Thomas, seeing Rich Homie Quan and Jeffrey together
What you mean?
in Florida performing at shows? Were you present?
You said when? At what time?
Shortly after Donovan Thomas, God forbid, was murdered. So January 2015.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, were you personally aware, you were at Jeffrey Williams' home after Donovan Thomas was killed. At some point, Donovan Thomas, God forbid, is killed. At some point, you are actually at Jeffrey Williams' home in Atlanta. Is that in the Sky House? Is that true?
What you mean?
Okay. So I'm locking in on the date that Donovan Thomas is killed. I'm just telling you the date. I'm not asking you to remember, but it's January 10th, 2015, okay? But Donovan Thomas is killed that night. Or he's shot that night, okay? I'm asking you this. After he's shot, do you remember being at Jeffrey Williams' home at some point at the Sky House in Atlanta, Georgia?
Man, my mind, I had blanked out. Too many people were calling. I can't remember everything that happened that night.
Okay.
Like,
It's okay. I'm just asking questions. You're giving the testimony. It's fine. After Donovan Thomas is killed, after the news got out that he's killed, the information, did you ever see a posting by Jeffrey Williams about Donovan Thomas's death that night or January 11, 2015? Do you remember that on social media?
I don't remember that night.
Okay. All right. Okay. Did anybody with the police department, the federal authorities, homicide, I'm including everybody, or the district attorney's office ever come back to you and say, hey, I want to talk to you more about Jeffrey Williams and Donovan Thomas falling out like you told us? Did they ever try to corroborate that? And if that's a bad word, I'm going to rephrase it.
Once I got out?
Anytime. Did they ever come back to you and challenge you or ask you about this conversation that you had?
I can't remember if they have.
Okay.
I don't think. Outside the interior, once they went locking me up, we went there to talk about.
It was over, right? You gave your statement. They don't come back to you and ask you about this, right?
Right.
All right. I'd like to go to another part of your statements. And this is where you told the detectives, again, it's June 10th, 2015, that you tried to get Mr. Williams or Jeffrey. And do you know who Bloody J is?
I heard of him.
Do you know the given name Justin Ussery, excuse me?
Who was it?
That's fine. I'm going to use Bloody J, okay? Do you remember telling the police, and this is, Your Honor, JW240D, as in David States Exhibit number 378YE. It's June 10th, 2015, meeting, interrogation, whatever, or conference, with law enforcement and Mr. Copeland. It's at 10:40:37 a.m. to 10:41:08 a.m. And Mr. Copeland, tell us if you hear this, okay? And if it's not, you correct us. Detective Dennis tells you, so the night at Crucial, when you were saying they jumped on you, you said, when all the, and I'm just not saying it, but SHI blank popped off. So what happened, this is Detective Dennis, what happened when you came outside with Bloody J? Because you were saying last time, and then there's overlapping conversation, meaning I can't understand it, multiple people speaking. Then you said, then Detective Dennis said, when you were trying to bring everybody back together. And the Detective Dennis said, you were like, is he ready? And Thug or Jeffrey kept saying, nah, he ain't ready. You remember that? That was Detective Dennis saying, you remember you told us that when you said, you mixing things up. You're talking about the time we was in when I called Bloody J and tried to get him and Jeffrey or Thug, you said, back cool. That's what I'm targeting, okay? So please listen to it. And if I said it wrong, just say it right. Your Honor, can Mr. Copeland listen to this, please? And the jury.
So the night at Crucial, that when you were saying they jumped on you, right? When all shit popped off. So what happened when you came outside with Bloody J? Because you were saying the last time you were trying to bring everybody back
You mixing it up. You talking about the time we just made the decision when I called the other day and tried to get him to throw that cool.
Remember saying that you were, the discussion, Detective Dennis is telling you were trying to bring everyone back together, make everyone, friends again. Remember Detective Dennis saying that? You just heard that?
I just heard.
Okay. And then you said that you called Bloody Jay and tried to get him and Jeffrey or Thug back cool. Do you remember saying that? Or did you hear that?
Again, I'm talking to the investigators. I'm trying to tell them anything.
Right. That's not true. Right. You were just trying to get out of custody or jail. You want to go home, right?
I've been telling y'all there for the longest.
Objection, Davis, the word.
Sustained.
The statement the jurors just listened to, you were trying to finesse or lie to the investigators to get them off of you so you could go home, right?
That was my plan.
It was a lie, right?
My plan was to spin the police, hoping they'll let me go.
And did the police ever show you, or the district attorney's office, any cell phone records of you and Bloody Jay speaking at all on the phone?
What you mean?
When you said to the detective, I called Bloody Jay and tried to get him and Thug back cool, did the police ever come back to you at any time, or the district attorney's office, and say, here are jail records, excuse me, here are cell phone records showing you and Bloody Jay talking? Did they ever try to do that with you?
No, once they took me to jail, I don't hear from them until I'm back on the street and I'm going back to jail again.
Any time while in jail that you called Bloody Jay and said, wow, I tried to get everyone together. And that never happened, right?
Huh?
Had a phone call with Bloody Jay while that would be recorded.
I never had Blood J number a day in my life.
Did the police ever come to you or the district attorney's office to say to you, to challenge you, or to tell you, hey, we know this to be true or not true? Did they ever do that with you?
Huh?
Did the police or the district attorney's office come to you and challenge you on that statement and say, hey, we have information, this is true or not true? Did that ever happen?
Objection, compound question.
It's the same question. The single
That's
question.
overruled.
Did the police ever do that at the district attorney's office?
No.
Okay. I'm going to go to another one. This is your statement again. This is June 10th, 2015. Your Honor, it's JW, Jeffrey Williams, 240E as in Aaron. It states exhibit number 378YE. And Mr. Copeland, this is at 10:45:09 in the morning to 10:46:01 in the morning. And on this one, what I'd like you to listen for is you saying, if you did say, you tell us, yeah, so I'm like, and I'm not saying, but darn, but it says another word, but this SHI blank happened, but before that happened, me and Kel was face to face. You know what I mean? Detective says yes, or Then you say, truth be told, I walked up on him, meaning Kel, with Shannon, me and him, it was me, D, my baby mama, and her friend. You said, the text said, You said, it was Kel and about 5 more other, I'm not saying, but ends. All right, look, bruh. You know what I mean? I got a problem with you, bruh. You know what I mean? This SHI blank here, we've been knowing each other. Detective says, right. And you say, I'm telling Kel that, bruh, this SHI blank ain't about them, bruh. You know what I mean? What the HELL? Woo woo. We talked like, while me and Kel talking, Kel, you know what I mean? All this SHI blank really about Thug. The truth, this is the truth. So detective says, so Kel's beef is not with you, it's with Thug. And you say, yeah, it was with Thug. Detective says, well, then why he? And you said, it was a cover up. You're not listening. It was a I was the cover up. I want you to listen to this and tell me if you hear what I said. If not, just correct it.
Yeah, I said something down, but
But for the heck of me, kill face face. Now, truth be told, I'm a woman with scandals. Man, it was me, my baby mama, and her friend. They were killed, about 5 more than me. I'm like, look, bro, I got a problem with you, bro. This shit here, we been on each other. Well, I'm telling the kid that, bro. This shit ain't nothing, bro. What the hell? We talk. Why me and kid talking? Kid really not saying. All this shit really not cool. The truth, this is the truth. So Kim's beef is not with you, it was girl. Why? I was the cover. You're not listening. I was the cover. Listen.
Did you hear that, Mr. Copeland?
Yeah, I heard.
What I said, is that what you heard?
I heard it.
Okay. And you were doing the same thing you've told the jury over and over again, right? I was lying to the police because I wanted to go home and I was putting it on Jeffrey, right?
That's why I keep telling you.
And the police, you knew, wanted Jeffrey. They wanted to make a case against Jeffrey. They made that clear to you, right?
Yeah, they did.
So it wasn't that hard for you to realize, and I'm not saying you're not, using your finesse, but you knew who the police wanted you to implicate's my word. That's a bad word. You knew who the police wanted you to say is the person responsible for this death, right?
I didn't think they were gonna go after him.
Okay. And you knew that they wanted information from you about Jeffrey. True?
Yes.
Now, when you talk about your baby mama, did you hear that in the recording we just listened to?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the Honorable Miss Deshawn Quarterman, right? That's her name?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're aware that Miss Deshawn Quarterman, your child's mother, had spoken with multiple, but Detective Gaither at times. True?
What you mean?
During this time.
Yeah.
And we know that because remember hearing some jail calls yesterday that the district attorney's office played for you. And you even asked Miss Quarterman or Deshawn to call Detective Gaither on one of those recordings or two of those recordings. You remember that?
Yes.
And you asked Deshawn Quarterman to text Detective Gaither. Do you remember that, hearing that yesterday on the jail calls?
Yes.
Do you have any information that Deshawn Quarterman or Detective Gaither or anyone else came to you and said, hey, we corroborated. We spoke with Deshawn and she said, yep, I was there when you made it good with Kel and it's all about Thug. It's all about Jeffrey. Did that ever happen?
The police never talked to her without me knowing. They never talked to her.
Period, right?
Yeah, they didn't. They talked to her when me and her was in the interrogation room and they really didn't say that to her.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And of course, it's a lie that you and Kel were on good terms and that it was all about Jeffrey. That was a lie. That was part of your attempt to get the police to offer you so you could go home. True?
What you mean?
That's why you said this, because you wanted the police to go to get away from you. You wanted to go home.
Right.
Okay. I want to go to, it's Jeffrey Williams number 240F as in Fox, State's Exhibit number 378YE. Your Honor, this is June 10th, 2015. It's already an evidence meeting, interrogation conference, interview, whatever it is called, at 10:49:25 a.m. to 10:50:09. And Mr. Copeland, I want you to listen to this. That you are saying to law enforcement. So when they ended up leaving, we pull up at the studio. This end was there recording a song. meaning Jeffrey, that song that we pull up tonight, he did that song. I mean, like, he did it so fast, like, damn, N just shot at you, come make a song. So this is what I'm thinking, this damn, so we're up there chilling. So everybody was up there at the studio. So Thug dialed 911. He had a bullet hole in his car. So he want to know who shot his car. You know what I mean? I want you to listen for this. If I said it wrong, you got to correct me, please.
So when they leave, we put up at the studio. This was another one song. That song that Lou put up probably tonight, he did that song. I mean, like, they did it so fast, like, damn, they just shot him to come make a song. So there's no thing. Damn. So we got that shit. So everybody at the studio got paid. So Doug like, yeah, we was in cup. So he's like, well, he gonna know who shot his cup. I mean,
Did you hear that, Mr. Copeland?
Mm-hmm.
Did I say fairly what it says? Was I fair?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay. Did the police ever come to you after you reward them with this information and play for you or even tell you, hey, here's a 911 call made after the gambling house was shot up and a supposed bullet hit Jeffrey's car? Did that ever happen?
No.
Did the district attorney's office ever come to you and say, hey, we had the 911 call that Jeffrey Williams phoned in, like you told us, on June 10, 2015. Did the district attorney's office ever play for you that 911 call?
No.
There was no 911 call. You were just trying to get out of the police, right?
Objection to suicide.
Sustained.
Was there a 911 call to your knowledge that was ever shown to you to corroborate, to verify, to support that statement?
No.
Okay. You're aware, if you're not, just say I'm not, that 911 calls are maintained or held by the police? You know what I'm talking about? That they're saved. They can be retrieved. If I'm asked a bad question, just say.
Yeah, they are.
District Attorney's Office nor the police ever came to you with that 911 call?
Did I? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I'd like to go to Jeffrey Williams 240G, as in Goldfeder, State's Exhibit number 378YE, as in Aaron. It's again, Your Honor, the June 10, 2015 meeting with Mr. Copeland and the detectives. Now it's at 3:47:32 p.m. to 3:48 p.m. 00. And if you can just listen for and tell us if this is accurate. You said, and we're still talking about the car windshield. Remember all this conversation about Jeffrey wouldn't let it go until his car windshield was paid for? Remember all that?
Mm-hmm, I'm listening.
Okay. And it should say, and correct us if I'm wrong, that you said, yeah. So when me and Kel was like, well, we wanted to see what Thug got to say. So I called Kel on FaceTime with Kel, and Kel like, I ain't let SHI blank go until you pay for my window. You know what I mean? And Detective Dennis says, Kel said that or Thug said that? You said Thug, yeah. Detective Dennis said, okay. You said Thug Kel like, what? Pay for your window. So he looked at me. I'm about to go. I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's on y'all. So I'm out of here. I'm out of there, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, man, get nut on the phone. You feel me? That's what Kel was saying. I want you to listen to it and see if I've said that accurately.
So when me and Kill seen Church Family, Kill like, well, you gonna see what Thug got to say. So I called Thug on FaceTime for Kill. And Kill like, ain't that shit go till you pay for my window. I mean, Kill like, what? Pay for your window? So he's like, he look at me like, I'm like, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with it. So y'all, I'm out of there, bro. I mean, it's like, man, get better on the phone. You did. It was Kill was saying.
What I said, was that accurate?
Again, I tell the police anything, get them out my face.
Okay. And at that time, by 2014, 2015, you knew Jeffrey was wildly popular in music. Is that fair to say?
Since I've been knowing that he's been popular.
And he was also popular, if you observed it, in fashion, meaning like dress,
Yeah,
social media. He had influence.
yeah.
And he was owning several homes, to your knowledge. True?
I don't know what he owned.
Okay. How about cars? He had several cars.
Yeah,
And he would allow people to use those cars. He was free with that stuff, right?
yeah.
And he would rent cars for other people too, even if he didn't own it. Is that true?
I don't know what he do for other people, but it wasn't no issue.
He rented cars for you. Fair?
Huh?
He rented cars for you if you needed it. Isn't that true?
What you mean?
You would drive at times a rental car with permission of Jeffrey Williams that he rented. It wasn't a big deal, right?
I used to just go get the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And it wasn't only you, it was anybody. He's generous, right? With his things.
Objection as soon as they start.
Sustained, you can rephrase.
It's fine. All right. You also knew at that time, 2014, 2015, Jeffrey would fly on private planes. True?
Yeah.
And he would allow you at times, I don't know the number, you could tell the jurors, to go on a private plane with him. Fair to say?
Yeah.
And you knew he was touring America at that time, right? He was performing all the time, right?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And he would do tours throughout America. You're aware of that?
He used to go to, I don't know what tour he is, but he used to go to the different clubs and stuff.
Okay. And do you remember him having go to different cities throughout America?
I mean, this is what I meant to say.
That's fine. And Europe, countries like England and France.
Objection on irrelevant.
Sustained.
Jeffrey would play in other places, not in America, outside America. You're aware of that, right?
What's the relevance?
So relevance is that Mr. Copeland's telling the police that Jeffrey Williams cared about a window.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Say that again.
Jeffrey Williams cared about a car window. The man is
Okay, I'm not sure the one has much to do with the other, so I'm going to sustain that objection.
When you told the police that this is about a window, Jeffrey's window, remember what we just heard? That was part of your finesse, right? To get you out of there.
When the police was questioning, my only motive was to get me out of the interrogation room free. I was trying to say whatever I can to get them to let me go, to convince them that I would help them. And this just was my motive. Every time they got me, that's what I was trying to do. They were bringing his name up, and they mentioned anybody's name, I was going to make up a story on them. I was going to say something about them, hoping that I can convince them to let me go.
And that's what happened here about the windshield, right? Same thing.
I don't remember what I told them.
I just played it.
I heard what I said.
That was part of your attempt to go home, right? True? Not to be locked up.
Right.
Did anybody come to you from the police, district attorney's office, and say, we corroborated, means support or verified, this car window story? Did they ever tell you that?
After 2000, when I gave the interview and went to the feds, I haven't heard anything from the state, the police, nothing until they kicked me in the streets.
Okay.
They haven't told me about nothing. They haven't reached out to me or nothing.
Okay. I'd like to go to the next issue that I'd like to discuss with you, Mr. Copeland. It's JW240H as in happy, states exhibit number 378YE as in Aaron. It's again the June 10, 2015 interrogation. It's at 10:42:23 a.m. through 10:42:32 a.m. And I'd like you to listen for and tell us if I am wrong where. This is outside of Club Crucial after you got into that fight on January 6th, 2015. Remember with the lip and the eye and the knot on the head? Remember that?
And when that went wrong, my lip, it was just my eye.
Okay. And it was, the detective said to you, okay, we'll get back to see you 9. He's standing there with Bloody J. You said, so, but Thug pulling my shirt like, there goes Bloody J right there. You know what I mean? Thug and Nard were in the car leaving Crucial that night and firing at either Bloody J or Kel's people. Tell me if you hear that, okay?
Okay, get back to UC90 standing there with blood. I get so, but Thug put him a shirt like, there go Bloody J right there, I mean. So.
You hear that?
Yeah, I heard.
Okay. Did law enforcement, do you remember Club Crucial back in 2014, 2015? You used to go there every Monday night, right? Right? Approximately every Monday night. And
No, every Monday.
okay. And do you remember ever observing or seeing that there were surveillance cameras inside and outside Club Crucial?
You have cameras?
Okay. Did the police ever come to you and say, hey, we have the surveillance camera we want you to look at, or the district attorney's office from January 6th, 2015? Did everyone ever show you anything like that?
I never heard nothing about no cameras.
Okay. I'm going to play on the same issue, same time, dealing with outside of Club Crucial. This is going to be JW Jeffrey Williams 240I as an ice cream, states exhibit number 378YE. It's June 10, 2015 interrogation, 10:43:20 a.m. to 10:44:18 a.m. And this is you, just make sure it's right. So when we pulled out, Thug and Nard got in the car together. I mean, so when they pulled out, we leave, but when we're leaving, Thug and them pull on a side street. I see them pull on a side street. My pulled on the side. He like, what the hell y'all doing? He like, boy, we want to wait. He come out the club. I'm like, who? He's talking about Bloody J. What the hell? You know what I mean? I said, I hear the gun cocked back. Detective asked, what had a gun? You said that N Nard. Detective said, You said, so I hear the gun cocked back. I'm like, what the F? So I tell them, all right. I mean, my brother was gonna have to turn around. Detective says, So you said, so when we go down and turn around and come back, I'm telling brother, SHI blank, just go left. And we just ride the back street all the way to the house. We just hear the SHI bank go boom, boom, boom. And we just see the car, Thug and them in chasing the other car in front of them. You know what I mean? Detective said, that is the same night you got jumped on at the club? You said, yeah, Thug and them chasing them. Because at first they thought they took money from them. Just listen to it, make sure I said that fairly accurately.
We pulled out. So we pulled out, so another guy come in. So they pulled out. We believe. But what he did is, I told the phone fast. So I went up to the phone fast. My brother put on the side like, how many y'all doing? Yeah, but we don't need to come out the club. I'm like, he's not ready today. What do you mean? Do it today? I said, done, cop it. Who had done? Then he get no. So I get done, cop it. What the fuck? So I said, I'm a brother that turn around. So when we do that turn around, come back up. I said, brother, you go look, and we just ride this, we always just have. We just hit the sheet go, boom! And we just see the car through it, and then chase the other car in front of it.
This is that night the same night you got jumped on the car.
Yeah. So, through it and chasing me. Because at first I thought they took away from me.
Did you hear that, Mr. Copeland?
Yeah, I heard.
Was it fair what I said?
What you mean?
What I said was that what you said. Did I take your words and the detective's words accurately? What I said beforehand.
I guess.
Did the police, local police, gang unit, federal authorities, district attorney's office, anybody ever come to you with any type of verification of what you said? Did they ever say to you, yeah, this happened or this didn't happen? Did they ever even talk to you about that?
No.
Okay. I want to go to the next issue, and this is JW240J as in Jake. It states exhibit number 378YE. It's the June 10th, 2015 interrogation, meeting, or interview. It's at 3:46:40 p.m. through 3:47:45. And here, Mr. Copeland, you are discussing with the detectives that Mr. Donovan Thomas or Nutt came to the gambling house and met with you, and you discussed your issues with Mr. Shelkel. I want you to listen to this. Specifically, you said, I was just like, darn, but it says another word, bruh, what happened? You know what I mean? What the HELL? I'm just like, the only thing I did was, you know what I mean? That N-Kel is, that was, cause I was just like, and then I just remembered like the stuff Nutt used to be saying. You know what I mean? Like Nutt pulled up at the gambling house and he tried to talk to me. You feel me? I let the window down. I cracked the window. He said, darn, it says another word, blood. I ain't blood, bruh. You know what I mean? But darn, says another word. You know what I mean? So I pull over. And when I pulled over in the car, him and Big Boo was talking. I mean, dapped him up. Boom, Shannon right there. Shannon walked right past, looked at me and was like, you know what I mean? Detective said, uh-huh. You then said, and he was just like, man, what's up with you and Kel? Meaning Nutt or Mr. Thomas. Like, man, these ends, let him trip with y'all. I ain't got no problems with him. You know what I mean? So we was talking. When we got finished talking, he like, man, I'm a holler at the end. I'm a let y'all ends know what's up. You know what I mean? This and that. The detective said, that's what Nutt said. You said, yeah. So when me and Kel seen, Kel was like, well, he wanted to see what Thug got to say. So I called Kel on FaceTime with Kel, and Kel like, and I ain't let SHI go until you pay for my window. You know what I mean? Just listen to it and tell me if you agree with what was said.
I was like, damn, bro, yeah. Then I said, I don't think I did ever. That nigga ain't the problem. I mean, the nigga Cal is. That was so I feel like, and then I can remember like the stuff that used to be saying. I mean, like let's pull up at the gamma house, and he tried to talk to me. You feel me? I did one. I cracked one. He like damn blood. I ain't blood, bro. But I mean, damn. I mean, so I pulled over. When I pulled over, I got the car and they did boo talk. I mean, I just walked. Boom. Sharon like that. Sharon walked right there. Looked at him like, you know what I mean? And he was like, hey, what's up with you and Kill? I mean, they him trip, which I ain't got no problem with. I mean, so we talking, we got there talking. Like, I'm hollering, I'm gonna let y'all even know what's up, you know what I mean? This and that. That's what Nuts said, yeah. So when me and Kill came to the scary, Kill like, well, he gonna see what Thug got to say. So I called Thug on FaceTime for Kill. And Kill like, it ain't that shit, go till he face my window. I mean, Kill.
What I said, was that fairly accurate, what you were saying with the detectives?
I never had no conversation with Ned outside the gaming house.
Exactly. Police never came to you in any way to say, hey, we corroborate that or support or verify that, right? That never happened.
I never had a conversation with him.
I want to talk with you about Jeffrey Williams number 240K, as in Kitten, States Exhibit number 378YE. Your Honor, it's at 9:56:01 to 9:56:27 a.m. It's June 10, 2015 meeting. Mr. Copeland, I want you to listen for, and then, correct me if I'm wrong, that you said to the detectives on June 10, 2015, so I went and got the car. I pull up at the green store. I ain't seen them out there. So I was talking to Little Rick. Me and Little Rick talking. I called D. D said he was on Cleveland. So Rick asked, like, where you just go? Because I was going to the girl's house. He like, all right, boom. I get in the car, I ride. I pull up at McDonald's. When I pull up at the McDonald's, detective says, you went to McDonald's? Bye-bye. You say, on Cleveland. Detective said, on Old Hateville? You said, nah, the one across, and the detective then cuts into your statement. I want you to listen to it. We're talking about, obviously, where you were at around the time of Mr. Donovan Thomas getting shot, okay? Just to orient you.
So I was at car. I got put up at green stuff. I ain't right. So I found the Rick. Man, the Rick talking, I called him. He said he don't see. So Rick asked like, where you could go? He turned around. I have to go to the girl. He's like, all right. Boom. I get in the car. I ride to you. I pull up at the McDonald's. When I pull up at the McDonald's, to the McDonald's side, Cleveland, Wayville, like, the one right across the street, yeah.
Did I say fairly what you said to the detectives? Did it sound correct?
That's what he said.
Yeah. Okay. Now, did you ever get word from the district attorney's office, the detectives, the ATF agents, anybody that Little Rick confirmed your statement to the police? That they spoke with Little Rick?
No.
Okay. Do you remember the McDonald's we're talking about on Cleveland Avenue? It's the one across the street from a coin-operated laundromat, and then across the street from a gas station, and next to an auto parts store. You know which one we're locking in on? I could show you a picture.
Yeah, you gotta show me a picture.
Okay.
Nah, I know what you're talking about, dude.
Okay. In 2014, 2015, if you observe this, just tell me, if you remember and you observed it. Do you remember seeing surveillance cameras inside and outside that McDonald's?
That's not my neighborhood.
That's fine. That's good. Okay. All right. Now, you're aware by the time that all this happened, January, we'll just say January 2015, January 10, before Mr. Donovan Thomas's, God forbid, shot, you're aware that cell phones, cellular telephones, give a general description of the area the cell phone is in. Is that true?
Can you say it again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At and around or before Donovan Thomas's shooting, that's what I'm locking in on. Were you aware, did you know that cellular telephones can tell a general vicinity of where the phone is? Do you know what I'm referring to?
You said, do I know about it?
Yeah. Did you know about it back then?
Yeah.
Okay. And in fact, you told the police on January 11th, 2015, within 7 hours, 8 hours of Mr. Donovan Thomas being, God forbid, shot, you brought a cell phone in the interrogation room with Detective Thorpe and said, my phone will tell you where the phone was. Remember doing that?
Right.
And that was you trying to tell the detective, don't look at me for the killing of Donovan Thomas. Fair to say? That's why you went there.
Right.
I'd like to play for you and just tell us, orient the ladies and gentlemen jury, if that's what you're talking about. This is, Your Honor, Jeffrey Williams, 241G. It's in Gold Federal States Exhibit number 378Y. A is in Elisa. Your Honor, this is the January 11, 2015 interrogation or meeting with Detective Thorpe and Mr. Copeland. It's at 3:14:09 a.m. to 3:14:23 a.m. If you can listen to this, Mr. Copeland, just make sure that you tell the jurors correctly if this is what you're talking about.
I can't hear it.
It wasn't shared.
So what I did was I kept it. Last thing I missed in my phone, I have to show you. I was asking everybody, should I go down there, bro? Because I didn't do it. They come scan me, they do everything. I didn't do it. They check my phone record, my vote column, they show you where I was, they show you every call that I talked first, they show you where I was now.
Is that you, Mr. Copeland? If you heard it saying, you could check phone records, you can see where the phone was, where I was. Is that fair to say?
Huh?
Sorry. Were you talking about in the Jeffrey Williams Exhibit 241G, States Exhibit 378YA, from the times that I announced? Was that you showing the detective with your phone on the desk?
Trying to show him I'm innocent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that phone, you see the phone that's in the Honorable Judge Whitaker's courtroom on display? That's the phone you brought in.
On the camera?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And did Detective Thorpe ever take your phone?
Shit, I don't know. I don't think so.
Well, let's do it both ways.
I don't really remember how it was so fast. I don't really remember how it went.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. And if you don't remember, just say I don't remember. Did anyone on the district attorney's office or the police department ever show you the contents of your phone, that they looked into your phone? Did they ever come back to you and say, hey, we can tell where you are, or these are the text messages? Did they ever show you that?
Miss Hilty told me that, I think in Glanville office, that something about my phone showed me somewhere else. I can't She said something to me about it, like during this trial. But I don't recall exactly how she said it.
Now, you had multiple phones, fair to say, on January 10th, 2015?
What you mean?
Multiple is a bad word. You had more than one phone on January, the day that Mr. Donovan Thomas was killed. You had more than one phone, right?
Everybody got more than one phone.
Okay. And including you, right?
Yeah.
In fact, you told the jury on August 12th of 2024 that you had more than one phone. And if you listen to this, just make sure that's what you're talking about, the night of Donovan Thomas's murder. JW 249, Your Honor, at 5:44:48 to 5:45:16 from the Fox 5 stream of this trial.
But I'm about to listen to some.
I think he's having a little issue. I'm sorry. Your Honor, just 1 second.
You may. Do any need to have a restroom break anyway? Let's have a short recess while they get that queued up. It's about time for a restroom break. Yeah, thanks. All right, we'll take however long it takes the jury to get back, 10-ish minutes.
Yeah, my team.
What'd you do?
All right, for the jury. Officers present and accounted for.
Thank you. All right, go ahead, Mr. Steele.
Your Honor, I'd like to play Jeffrey Williams or JW 249. It's at 54448 to 54516 from Fox 5 stream of this trial.
Did you provide us your phone number so we can get your phone records, Mr. Copeland?
Which phone?
The phone you had in 2015, did you give police your phone number so we can get your phone records?
I don't recall. Now you're talking about.
Did you give police your phone number in any of these interviews so that we can get your phone records?
Which phone?
Your phone that you had back in 2015.
I had more than one phone.
Is that audible? Mr. Copeland, that's you testifying before this jury, August 12, 2024, where you explained that you had multiple phones on January 10, 2015. Does that sound right?
That's what it said.
Did the district attorney's office, did the federal authorities, did homicide detective Thorpe, Detective Dennis, Detective Gaither, anybody, Agent Cunningham, anybody, just anybody in law enforcement, did they ever seek to get a warrant, a search warrant for your other phone or phones?
Speculation.
Sustained.
Did you ever get served with a search warrant, a warrant, or even asked to give the police your other phones or the district attorney's office?
No.
I'm going to show you and play for you, with the court's permission, Jeffrey Williams or JW 244D, as in David, State's Exhibit number 378, YB as in Barry. Your Honor, that's the January 28, 2015 meeting or interrogation. It's at 7:12:03 p.m. to 7:12:43 p.m. And this discusses, Mr. Copeland, just make sure I'm right, that you and your brother made a false report of who's driving a vehicle because you had a suspended license. If you can listen to that, make sure that's what that's about.
So I jumped back in the car. We rolled. Got up on Lakewood. Got back on the freeway. Went to the house, told my brother. And he didn't get tried to kill.
Why you had your brother file a police report?
Cause I ain't got a license. You still a victim though, like they lock me up. Bro, if you ain't in the car, listen, if you ain't driving the car when we get there, we're not gonna waste our time on locking you up to drive with because now you didn't kind of, now you didn't kind of sway the investigation that y'all made a false police report. Now I ain't trying to lock y'all up for that shit, but if we get some evidence or get a gun or something to match shell cases or whatever like that, it's kind of like you threw the investigation off by having your brother take the report. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Is that pretty much what it discusses, Mr. Copeland?
Huh?
Is that what it discusses? What you're discussing with the detectives, you had your brother file a report, a false police report. Is that what it's discussing?
Right.
Okay. And you understood on January 10, 2015, that the cell phone that you told the police about would show an approximate location, right?
Huh?
The cell phone that you had on that desk in front of Detective Thorpe that you told the police about, that would show an approximate location of where the cell phone was, right?
I don't know. I don't get what you're saying.
Okay, it's me. I apologize. When you were with Detective Thorpe on January 11th, 2015, about 7-8 hours after Mr. Thomas was shot, okay? And you brought that phone with you? If that phone was with somebody else and not you, at the time of Donovan Thomas's shooting, the police didn't have all your phones, right?
Objection, speculation.
Well, you didn't give, I'll correct you.
Just rephrase it. It was kind of
Sure.
confusing.
You didn't give the police all your cell phones that you had with you or access to on January 10th, 2015, but you did show one phone. True?
He didn't. I don't even think he went in my phone.
All right. Now, did the police ever come to you? When I say police, I'm including everybody, or the district attorney's office, come to you and inquire of you, ask you, your phone shows no calls between 7:01 at night and 7:23 or 24 at night on the night Donovan Thomas is shot. Did they ever ask you to explain or why there are no calls during that time? Did they ever discuss that with you?
They don't tell me nothing.
Okay. All right. I'd like to go to the next recording. And this is Jeffrey Williams 24 or JW 240L, as in laughter, states exhibit number 378YE, as in Aaron. Your Honor, this is June 10th, 2015. And Mr. Copeland, June 10th, 2015 interrogation meeting. It's at 9:55:46 a.m. to 9:56:01 a.m. And it is you, I believe, and you make sure, saying that you called Jeffrey Williams from the Green Store, and it's something like this. You said, all right, so I walk up on my brother's house, hey, bruh, let me see your car real quick. He gives me the car, boom, I get in the car, I pull up at the Green Store. When I got to the Green Store, this is what I did. I called Thug. I ain't called D right then and there. Detective says, and you say, I called Thug. He ain't answer. I'd like you to listen, make sure that that's correct, okay?
Alright. So I'm on my brother's house. I run to the car and give me the car. I get the car, pull up at the Green Store. When I got to the Green Store, they were like, I called Thug. I ain't called you right there. I called Thug. He ain't answer.
Mr. Copeland, did the police or the district attorney's office ever come to you and ask you on your phone records whether it supported or did not support that you called Jeffrey Williams from around the Green Store on or around the time Donovan Thomas was shot?
I don't know what you. I don't. Ask me again.
Yes, sir. Did the police or the district attorney's office ever come to you and ask you to explain your cell records, your cell phone records, and ask you about this comment that you called Jeffrey from around the Green Store at around the time of Donovan Thomas's killing? Did they ever do that with you?
Can you ask me short so I can catch it? It's too long for me.
No, it's my bad. It's my fault. I apologize. Did the police ever share with you or the district attorney's office go over with you your cell phone records that they may have? Did they ever do that?
No.
Going back to 2014, going into 2015, you met Jeffrey Williams for a short period of time that you were, my word would be hanging out with him, but that's a bad word, that you were in his company and he was in your company, a short period of time. Is that fair to say? Right. And when you met him, you already said that he was very popular.
Yes.
True. And is it true that that you observed, he was trying to help people like you, but other people too, to get jobs, like legitimate jobs.
What you mean?
Recording studios.
No, I'm saying I don't get what you're asking me.
Okay, let me ask you a different way. So forget about what I said. When you met Jeffrey, did you witness him trying to get people to have a legitimate job? A legitimate just means a job at a recording studio, make music, trying to help people.
I can't speak for other people, but he tried to help me.
Okay. And when you knew him for the period of time, we're really talking about like between your birthdays. Do you know Jeffrey Williams' birthday by any chance? And if you don't, that's fine.
Well, now I do, but
You didn't back then? Okay.
I didn't. Yeah.
Is it fair to say that you and he knew each other, but like after your birthday in July of 2014 and really stopped because you were in custody anyway, by July 2015? That's the period of time that you knew each other? Is that true?
No, I didn't. From 2014, I met him like at the end of 2014.
And then you already told the jury, but you got locked up a lot. The police kept locking you up in January, February, March, April, May, and then June, you were locked up in federal custody for 51 months. True?
Yes.
Okay. And that's really the only period that you knew Jeffrey.
Yeah.
The only time that you were around him or he was around you. True?
Well, really, we wasn't even together every day. I was out in the neighborhood.
So when the state is asking, like, you questioned about, you were so close with him, what you really did was you'd go to a studio. He'd let you come to a studio. True?
Yes. I was going with somebody else.
Yeah. You went originally with a gentleman I know as Mr. Trentavious Stevens. You know that name?
Yes.
Is that also Slug and Tick?
I know. I called him Tick. Yeah.
Okay. And that's how you first were introduced to be around Jeffrey Williams. True?
I think so.
And then you would see him, he'd allow you, and when I say allow you, I mean, it was okay. It allowed a lot of people to go to his shows, right?
I think Tit invited me out.
Okay. And that was really your relationship with, and he would take pictures with you if you wanted to, and he wanted to. True?
Yeah, I asked.
Yeah. And you put that on social media. You were promoting Jeffrey, and you liked that.
He give me, yeah.
And gave you a little bit of maybe
No, a lot.
fame. Okay. Gave you a lot of fame. True.
Yeah.
And you were trying to launch your own career as a musical artist at that time. True?
I was trying to find myself.
Okay. Later, though, you did try to, and you did launch your career as a musical artist, right?
Well, I going back to jail, they started locking me back up.
You were trying to do that, though. You were trying to do
I tried it.
Yes. You had a manager.
Huh?
You had a manager.
Yes, I had a lot of stuff.
Yeah. They were controlling your social media feeds, etc.
Yes.
True. Okay. You put out music videos. True?
Well, my manager and them did.
Sure. But you were featured. You were starred.
Right.
It was your music.
Right.
Okay. Jeffrey never had the pleasure of having you featured in one of his songs. Is that true?
No, I ain't never been in his song.
Okay. And Jeffrey never was featured in one of your songs. Is that true?
No, me and him don't have music together.
All right. But he did put you in one song of his. You know the song Halftime?
I'm listening.
Do you remember the line, and I'm not saying this a quote, but something effective, if you mess with me, Woody will come up and pop in the noggin. And if that's not a quote, I'm not trying to misquote it, but that's what is that something like what it says in that song?
Yeah.
And the song is Halftime, right?
Yes.
Wildly popular song.
Yes.
And the police, when that song was released, the police seized on that to use it against you, basically. You knew that, right?
Sustained.
From your vantage point, and what that means is you learned that the police was using that song. They asked you about that song.
No, they told me.
Yeah.
One of them told me that I think I had got out. Shit. I got out one of the jails and they got me the next day. And they were like, yeah, man, now you're at the top of our radar. It was something like, and he pissed me off when he said it.
He being the detective.
No, it wasn't no detective, it was the police.
Okay. The police officer upset you when they.
I think it was Dennis that said it. It was one of them that said it to me.
Now, that's the only time you're mentioned in one of Jeffrey's songs. Is that true?
What you mean?
There's not another song that Jeffrey, to your knowledge, mentions you.
Yes.
Okay. And Halftime, you know this, was made in 2000. It wasn't released till 2015, but it was made in 2014. Is that true?
Yes. It's an old song.
And there's no truth to that lyric that you would pop somebody in the noggin for Jeffrey. Am I right?
I would never.
I want to go back to what we talked about earlier, that Jeffrey was in fact this is, by the way, Your Honor, this is JW Jeffrey 241B, as in Barry States Exhibit 378Y, A as in Elisa. It's at 3:16:50 a.m. to 3:16:56 a.m. And this is January 28, 2015 meeting or interview or interrogation with the police. Okay, Mr. Copeland, I'd like you to listen to this about things were good with Jeffrey. If you could just listen to this.
Defense counsel, January 28th, I'm used to the January 11th interview.
You are, and thank you very much. I apologize, Your Honor. It's Mr. Copeland, it's January 11th, 2015 with Detective Thorpe. Same time.
They like, I was cool with him at first. When Thor goes up, Thor started letting me hang and putting me out in his songs and videos.
You were telling Detective Thorpe that Jeffrey was cool with Mr. Thomas, right?
I guess.
And that's the truth, though, right?
I don't know. I'm saying I can't hear what I said in the video.
Okay, how about this? From your observations, Jeffrey was on good terms with Donovan Thomas.
I don't think I ever seen them two. I can't remember being around both of them at one time.
You never saw them dap each other up?
I'm saying I don't think I've been around with. I don't think I've been around if I never seen them. I don't think I've been around with both of them in the same place. If that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
I don't remember. I can't remember seeing both of them in the same place.
Okay. I want to talk with you about what you told the detectives. It's June 10, 2015. And this is when you're telling the detectives you're at the McDonald's and D gets into your car. I want to talk to you about this. This is JW or Jeffrey Williams 240M as in Magic, States Exhibit number 378, YE as in Aaron, 2:45 p.m. to 2:46 p.m. And you say to the police, SHI blank, I just heard D got in the car and he was like, they just killed him. Or he like, yeah, he like, boy, they killed Nut. Detective Thorpe said, who he say killed Nut? You said, I'm telling you. Like my heart started pounding. Like who? He was like them. And then Nard got in the car. He shut up talking. So we get riding. I'm like, where the HELL we going, but he told me that I was already trying to get the HELL away from them. So Moonson FaceTimed me. He like, boy, you know, old boy just got shot, right? They saying, boy, he just might not make it. I'm like, who? He like, nut. I'm like, huh? Man, he trying. He like, SHI, boy, you know, they could scream out a name, right? Man, boy, I ain't got nothing to do with it. So SHI, I'm like, man, my head started hurting instantly. I got off the phone with him. So we following behind them, that's when we dropped them at Thug's house. They was in the car, in the first car. So when we pulled up, I want you to listen to this and tell me if that's what we're talking about. Excuse me.
So I just heard the guy play like they killed him. Yeah, you like, but they killed Nut. When you say killed Nut, I'm like, my heart started pounding like who? You like, damn. And then another guy in the car, he shut up. So we get lines. How where they was going. But when he told me, I was already trying to get ahead away from him. So most of the FaceTime, he like, but you know, old boy, they got shot, right? Saying, boy, his ass might not make it. I'm like, who? Like that. I'm like, him. Man, he like, shit, well, you know they could scream, out of name, right? And well, I ain't got nothing to do with it. So shit, I'm like, man, my head started hurting, I got off on him. So we find behind him, we drop him. Then we pull up his own thug.
Mr. Copeland, did the district attorney's office or anybody in law enforcement, an agent with the FBI who's a cell phone expert or any of the police, did they ever go over with you where your cell phone that you told them about was traveling from the McDonald's area towards Jeffrey's home on January 10th, 2015? Did they ever ask you about that to explain it?
No.
Now, when you were trying to, or you put out some of your music, I want to talk to you about that if I can, okay? Now, do you remember putting out a song and a music video entitled Homicide?
Yeah.
And Jeffrey had nothing to do with that song or music video. Is that true?
I started doing music with somebody else.
And one of the people that you started to do music with, and he's shown in your video to Homicide, is the gentleman named Mr. Turner, or you referred to him as Threat. Is that true?
Yeah.
And in the music video Homicide that you put out, would you recognize that music video if it was shown to you?
To my video?
Yeah, of course.
It's mine.
Okay. I'd like to show you, and Your Honor, move into evidence, Jeffrey Williams, number 243B, as in Barry, and it's a music video by Mr. Copeland. I want to ask you a couple of questions about that, okay, Mr. Copeland? I'd like to show it first and then ask you some questions, okay?
All right.
First, I think he needs to show it to the witness. And
I think there's a proper foundation.
tiny
Okay.
little clip and see if he recognizes.
Mr. Kokomo, with the court's permission, is approaching.
You may.
Thank you. Mr. Copeland, just do me a favor. When Mr. Kokomo comes to you, just watch this for as long as you need.
Just to see whether you recognize it as the music video that is homicide.
And wait, you have to show it to the state first. They have it, but just show it.
Is this all on the
4 minutes.
drive or whatever that you provided already?
Yes.
So then they've,
And Your Honor, I misspoke. It's JW243C as in Colette, is not B.
okay.
Yeah, in my video.
And Mr. Copeland, I heard what you said. I'm going to repeat it. If it's not what you said, just correct me. That is, you recognize it as your video.
Yeah, I shot that video.
Okay. Your Honor, I move into evidence. I'd like to play Jeffrey Williams 243C as in Colette.
Relevant, Your Honor.
What's the relevance?
I believe that there is an indication of an image of, that appears to be like Mr. Donovan Thomas, and threat is in the video as well as Mr. Copeland.
All right, can we just maybe zoom to those parts and do those little parts instead of the entirety of it?
Yeah.
Unless the entirety of it's relevant.
No.
Okay,
We can
thank you.
absolutely do it. I move for the admission of everything, but for purposes of
Sure.
expedition.
All right,
Okay.
it's admitted.
And I would just need Mr. Kokomo, Your Honor, to announce what time he's
Okay.
playing, if that's okay. Or he could tell. Your Honor, Mr. Kokomo said starting at 41 seconds. May I just look and see what he's playing?
Sure. Yes.
We would like to play with the court's permission. I know it's in evidence, but 4034 through 4050 first, and then it's going to be stopped, and then 35602 to the end.
Okay. Go ahead.
My man, he calling right now.
Say, twin, you got that fuck nigga y'all been looking for.
Where y'all at? Where you at?
We at the spot.
Man, he right now.
All right. They on the way now, bro.
And if you can go back, Mr. Kokomo, I just for the jurors, Mr. Copeland, I'd just like to explain some things. the person right there in the black, oh, okay, in the black shirt with the red-looking bow tie and the red vest on the cell phone, you see that person? Can you tell the jurors who that is?
Threat.
And I heard you, but your hands are over your mouth. Do you mind just
I
telling?
said that threat.
Okay. And then if you go back a little bit, Mr. Kokomo, and Mr. Kokomo, what time is that we just announced? 53:58, Your Honor, is what we were just talking about. And if you just go back a little bit more. Keep coming back just a little bit more. Right up, go just ahead right there. And Mr. Copeland at 4094, is it fair to say that's you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to go to 56:02. That's wrong. 3 minutes, 56 seconds, 02 to the end.
Triple cross, I'm that boy speaking to the boss. Me and what it I do, win what it costs. We ain't take no loss. Homicide, we gon'
Mr. Copeland, do you remember telling District Attorney Hilton before June 7, 2024, that's the first time the jurors ever saw you come into the courtroom? Judge Glanville was the judge at that time, and you invoked the Fifth Amendment. That's the day I'm talking about. So before that day, okay? Am I losing you? Because I'm not trying to. I lost you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're finished with the exhibit. Can you take it down?
Yeah,
Before, I'm sorry.
you finished with it.
For now, I'm going to go
Okay.
back to before the first time the jurors saw you testify on a Friday, June 7, 2024. Before that, do you remember telling District Attorney Hilton that you made a video admitting to killing Donovan Thomas? Do you remember saying that?
Huh?
Do you remember saying on social media or otherwise that you made a video or a statement that you admitted to killing Donovan Thomas? Do you remember saying that?
Objection, mischaracterization of evidence. Not even mischaracterization.
I don't know how to rule on that. I
Okay.
mean, I don't have anything in front of me.
That's fine. Let me get the, can I have 1 second?
Yeah, it's not an evidentiary objection, by the way.
While they're pulling up, I'm going to ask you another question. On what we just saw on Jeffrey Williams 243C, that man who had money on his head and then was shot in the video, remember that on the homicide video? Did that have anything in your mind to do with Donovan Thomas?
I don't get what you're asking me.
Did you, when you did that video, did that have anything in your mind to do with the killing of Donovan Thomas?
No.
Okay. It's just a video, a music video?
Yeah, just a video.
Now, when part of your what you try to give out to the public is that you are a real gangster. Is that true?
Huh?
Do you remember giving an interview on the porch interview? Do you remember that?
Off the porch.
Off the porch, yes, sir. Do you remember doing that interview?
I remember doing it, but I don't remember what I said.
Okay. Do you remember saying that you are a real gangster, but other people are just musicians? They're just play gangsters. Do you remember saying something like that?
You gotta show me.
All right. Mr. Kokomo, this is Your Honor, Jeffrey Williams, 246. It's April 29, 2020, off the porch interview with Mr. Copeland. And the relevant times are going to be 5 minutes, 4 seconds, 5 minutes, 12 seconds, 8 minutes, 59 seconds to 9 minutes, 7 seconds.
I remember. I said I don't know what he's talking about.
Sorry, Mr. Copeland. Do you remember that video, excuse me, the off the porch interview?
I remember, but I don't remember what was said.
Okay. Was that you in that video that was shown to you?
In that picture he showed me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you need to hear what was said? Did Mr. Kokomo play that for you?
No, he just showed me a picture and walked off.
Mr. Kokomo, would you just show Mr. Copeland the relevant portions, 504, and you can listen to any of it, 504 and 512 and 859 to 907. Mr. Copeland, just listen to this yourself, please. They have it. These statements.
That's it.
That's you in your during your interview or part of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Your Honor, I move for the admission of Jeffrey Williams 246 specifically, and I don't care if the whole interview's in, but specifically the times I announced, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we're objecting based on improper character, and we can approach for some other matters, Your Honor.
All right. Instead of approaching, because I haven't seen this before, so I'm gonna need to see it as well. I'm gonna excuse y'all to the jury room.
I step out too.
Yes, for now, but stay
Be right
close. And yeah, I may end up just sending you to lunch, but not yet. If I'm going to do that, I'll send word. Okay, so just step to the jury room for now. All right, I know there was an improper character objection. Whose character?
Your Honor, at this point, it seems like Mr. Steele is implying for the witness about him being a gangster. It sounds like he's going down a line of a some other dude did it defense, especially speaking about threats and the homicide video, and then this video, this on the porch video of Mr. Copeland speaking about being a gangster. We think that this is more prejudicial than probative, substantially more prejudicial than probative. And so those are the basis for our objections.
And so whose character are you alleging it's improperly impugning?
Mr. Copeland.
Okay. Let me see what you're planning to play.
So at the end of the day, I got a story to tell.
Yeah.
You want to listen to it? Or you can listen to these niggas that ain't did nothing gangster, nothing tougher than in their life. So. There's so many people like it just build my confidence. I mean, because I had a pride thing, like, I don't want to be labeled as nothing but a gangster. So you look at me anything other than that, you got a problem. I'm going to slap the shit out of you. But whenever.
I'm going to overrule those objections.
It'll be very short, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm going to have the jury back. Ms. Persfield, apparently one of the jurors, she was not hospitalized, but she had to visit the hospital last night. And she has indicated through an email that she may need an early break today. Her doctor's excuse had cleared her for going back to work as of tomorrow, but she didn't want to throw us all off in the morning, so she came today, but we may have to break early, and Ms. Persfield's just kind of finding out a little bit more detail. So I'm going to let her come back and let me know what's going on, and then we'll determine kind of where to go from here. So we'll just kind of recess in place. All right, so we're going to have the jury back out, wrap up, I guess. You're saying, Mr. Steele, that we can wrap up this topic fairly quickly and then we'll break for lunch. And it sounds like she's just feeling okay now, but will sort of keep us posted. So,
Okay.
okay. And Mr. Copeland as well.
We're breaking.
Well, if this will be a clean kind of place for us to stop, sure.
It'll be fine.
Okay.
Any way you say it will be fine.
It may just be easier. Let them go for lunch. I think they're all doing their bathroom break now. So. Mr. Steele, just, stop wherever you want. I mean, if you've got 15 more minutes or 20 more minutes or whatever before the next natural break, that's fine.
Okay.
John Alger is the president of county clerk.
All right, thank you very much. Go ahead, Mr. Steele.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, I'd like to publish to the jury Jeffrey Williams or JW 246, specifically the time frame 5:04 through 5:12. And Mr. Copeland, if you could listen to it, and I just want to ask you some questions, okay? All right. You might need your earplugs if you want to use them.
At the end of the day, I got a story to tell.
Yeah.
You want to listen to it? Or you keep listening to these niggas that ain't did nothing gangster, nothing tough a day in their life. So.
Were the people around you?
Mr. Copeland, are we able to hear what you said during that interview?
Yeah, I heard it.
And you don't need me to explain. Tell the jurors what you were saying to the interviewer.
What you mean?
What was
I getting it?
Yeah, can you tell the jurors, please?
Well, I did an interview and I got to hear the question that he asked me.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Some jurors may not know what off the porch is. Can you tell them what that is?
It's they interview rappers, upcoming rappers, and ask questions about the music and your background and stuff like that. That's what you ask?
Yeah. And this was done approximately April 29, 2020. Do you remember that?
It was done, I don't know when.
Do you remember it was done during COVID, if that matters at all?
Before I went back to jail.
Okay. And in that segment that the jurors heard it, but you're explaining that you're a real gangster, not these other people who are pretending. That I'm not saying that's a quote, but something like that. That's what you were discussing, or you said. Is that true?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to, and you discussed Jeffrey Williams in this. If you remember, I could play for you, but if you remember off the porch interview, is that true?
All right.
You said he was like a role model. He blew up, or whatever the right word is. True?
Well, he showed us that it was real.
I'd like to show you or play for you, if you don't mind. You might need your earpiece again. This is 859 to 907. I'm going to ask you the same type of questions. Just what did you say? What did you mean? I'm going to ask you the same type of questions. What did you say and what did you mean? All right. Same thing.
Because I had a pride thing. Like, I don't want to be labeled as nothing but a gangster. So you look at me anything other than that, you got a problem. I'm going to slap the shit out of you. But whenever
Did you hear that? You hear what you said?
I think we all heard.
Yeah. And what you're expressing is that's what you want people to look at you as. That you're tough.
Nah, I just wanted people to know. Not to look at me. I wanted them to know.
That you're tough.
I ain't tough. I just ain't scared.
All right. Now, you also put on your social media, I think the state showed it to you, but let me get the exhibit number.
You better play some?
Well, let me show you something before. Is that okay? Just give me one
Oh,
second.
I'm just trying to see. I didn't hear you.
Let's go back to that interview for just 1 second. Do you remember at the first part of the interview saying that these other people are not real gangsters? That's what you said, right? I think I asked it actually. So
No, that's what I said.
okay. All right. On your social media, give me 1 second, okay? You're on, may I just go back?
Yeah.
Your Honor, this is, exhibit number Jeffrey Williams, 236B, as in Barry. And with the court's permission, can Mr. Kokomo just show it to Mr. Copeland?
I'm sorry, is this the same one? The off the porch? This is a different one. Did
This
you
is a
say
different
236B this time? Okay, sorry, I didn't know if you said 246, so
46 was the last one.
that's what I thought, so wasn't sure whether we were talking about the same one or a different one. All right. Yeah, he may. 236B, is that what you said? Mr. Steele B.
236B is correct.
Okay.
Did you see that, Mr. Copeland? Do you recognize that as your social media account at one time?
Yeah.
Okay. Your Honor, I move for the admission of Mr. Williams, and it's 236B, as in Barry.
It's admitted,
Can Mr. Kokomo please display, Your Honor?
yes.
Mr. Kokomo, Mr. Copeland, I apologize. I want to go through this with you just for a minute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And when I say this, I'm talking about JW, Jeffrey Williams, Exhibit 236B, as in Barry. That's a picture of you on the left-hand side. Do you remember where you were in that picture?
In the back of a Rolls Royce,
And do you remember whose Rolls Royce that would be?
there's a renter.
One more time.
A renter.
Okay, do you know who rented it?
No.
Okay. And then it says 725 underscore WODY, and then it has Georgia most wanted with 2 emoji green snakes. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And it says that you're an artist, or it says artist, the word artist, right? True? Is that right?
Yeah.
And then underneath it says, I came from nothing with a period. You see that?
Yeah, I see it.
And I came from nothing. Do you know that to be a series of Jeffrey's music?
What you mean?
Do you know whether Jeffrey Williams ever put out music? I came from nothing.
Yeah.
1, 2. Okay. And is that where that comes from? And if not, that's fine. I'm just asking you, were you inspired by,
That's where it came from.
Okay. And when it says Georgia's most wanted, you're aware that you were deemed by the federal authorities as 12 most dangerous people in Atlanta. Is that true?
I was?
Yeah.
Objection, speculation.
I'm asking you.
Well, I mean, it's not speculation, but he's answered that he didn't seem to know.
Let me show you. Tell me whether this refreshes your memory.
Objection, Your Honor. This is
What's the number? Is it the number?
What's the objection?
this is nothing that he can authenticate.
Okay, there's an authentication objection.
Well,
Is that the only objection?
Irrelevance. And if we can approach him, we can show you the exhibit.
You may. Let's go ahead and send the jury to lunch then. And we'll deal with this while y'all go to lunch. Let's be back at 1:15, please.
You said 115?
1:15. Okay. Is your intent to show that entire thing with the, whatever that heading is?
I was going to, Your Honor, if Mr. Copeland can recognize it, I was going to admit it into evidence, and it is from, we received a discovery from the state, and it's Operation Phoenix, and it's the authorities announced on October 29th, 2020, charges for the 12 most violent offenders in Operation Phoenix, and I was going to show that to him.
All right, and
then he has that on his Instagram, or I shouldn't say Instagram. It's a social media account. I think
and
it's
when's that social media post from?
That is, it's in his, oh, I'm being told the answer. It's in his biography or bio.
I can't hear what he's saying, but
He's saying it's in the social media biography of Mr. or bio of Mr. Copeland. I don't know the date personally, Your Honor.
okay. And how is any of whomever authority this was might have thought in October of 2020 relevant to the issues that we're talking about right now with Mr. Copeland?
I believe it's relevant because the state is saying that Jeffrey Williams governs this person. That's their whole theory. Tells them go out. They're using one lyric from one song. Jeffrey Williams, as the court may not know, has thousands of songs that Woody's going to pop you in the noggin. That is the quote. And I want to show that they hardly knew each other. They knew each other for a short period of time. Mr. Copeland did not commit crimes for Jeffrey Williams. Jeffrey Williams encouraged Mr. Copeland to conduct himself lawfully. That was on a jail call that we heard yesterday. In fact, included on that, Jeffrey Williams, through his sisters, saying, get out of the streets. You have a child. You don't have to live that life. And I want to show that Mr. Copeland ignored all of that. And after he has no contact, he has zero contact with Jeffrey Williams, he is still putting on his social media that he is a gangster, or 12, one of Georgia's most wanted. He is by the prosecution. These are federal authorities, by the way. So when I say prosecution, I'm talking about the federal authorities, deemed him one of the 12 most violent offenders in Georgia in 2020. And he has done a interview with Off the Porch in April 2020, where he's stating that he's a real gangster. The other people are not. And that if you disagree with that, he's going to, straighten you out, basically. So I think that's all important to the jurors because it will hopefully undress this wrong impression, in my opinion, strongly wrong impression that the state is putting up that somehow this man is all around Jeffrey Williams, knows what he says, knows what he's thinking. He overhears him on conversations, and Jeffrey Williams is there when the police keep calling Kenneth Copeland. It just, in my opinion, and hopefully the cross-examination, that just wasn't their relationship. So.
Okay, well, most of what you mentioned already has already been put before the jury, and this particular exhibit does not in any way shed any light on whether Mr. Copeland is or is not close with Mr. Williams. And I just do not see the relevance of it, particularly given that he said he didn't know that that's what law enforcement thought of him.
Okay.
So I'm going to sustain that objection.
I understand. Okay. We'll move on.
Okay. So let's all break for lunch.
Can I just give this then to, it's on the thumb drive, of course, but can I just give this to the court reporter? It's the print, unless you don't.
No, yeah, that's fine.
But I understand it's not in evidence.
Correct.
In fact, you mind I could, because it's going to be a lot of, has Wright not admitted into evidence on it? Or?
That's fine. Excluded.
And you're on the old written and step up for the next prosecution next.
Yes. What?
All right, y'all. Well, we will be back at 1:15, which is an hour. Good morning, good afternoon. How y'all doing out there? Good evening over there, over on the UK side. Joke, no joke, I'm in the building. We will be back 1:15. More with Woody, more with Woody. Woody, they call him Woody, but it's spelled Woody. Woody, more with Woody when we come back. Choke, no joke. You know what it is, all right? I'll let y'all in a minute. Peace.
Go let y'all all know the questionnaire means.
Choke, no joke, yeah. It's choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Niggas choke, no joke. Choke, no joke, yeah. It's choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke.